to part 4 in our series of guides put together by Warwickshire County Record Office to help you document Covid-19. I'm Carolyn, and with my colleague Sharon we'll provide tips on how to contact local businesses and organisations. Businesses have been affected in different ways by the pandemic. Some have found that they are incredibly busy. For example, food retailers who are busy serving customers existing and new. Or businesses may have found that they are finding different methods of delivering their goods and services. For example, making doorstep deliveries, or perhaps they've gone from making gin to making hand gel, or perhaps they are making PPE.
But sadly for some, they may not be quite so lucky and are having to access additional funding, furloughing staff and closing temporarily or even permanently. Whatever the situation, the records created help to complete a picture of how the pandemic affected the locality, whether for good or bad. We have also seen local communities come together to provide mutual assistance or answer a national call for help. Many of these have their roots in existing community groups and have been incredibly important to the unique way a community has been able to respond to the pandemic. Some may continue their good work as a collective, but many will probably disband, and with that there is a risk that the evidence of the group's existence and what they did are dispersed, fragmented and lost. So how to go about contacting local businesses and groups? Well, there are no hard and fast rules for this, and the following are our suggestions which we hope you find useful. They may not fit your circumstances, and you may need to adapt them, and that's absolutely fine. You know your area best.
The first thing I'd do is decide on the geographical area you're going to look at. If that turns out to be a large one, I would subdivide it into regions, or if it's small, then you may want to consider contacting neighbouring groups. The next thing I would do is compile a list of businesses or organisations for that geographical area. Now, this could be based on your own personal knowledge. Many of you will be involved in businesses locally, or you'll certainly know somebody who is. You can also consider local printed or online directories. The local Chamber of Trade will often have its own website, which can be found on an internet search, and they often hold directories of members. You can also find your district council or town council website will also have links to local business groups. You can also just have a look around, a walk down your local high street or shopping parade, or simply have a look at the commercial vehicles that are around, which often have contact details on them. Compiling a list of community groups could be trickier. Here again, your local knowledge will be key, but you could also try again your local town or parish council websites who may have links to the local COVID groups, or alternatively you can search your Facebook pages, or again you may have had leaflets pushed through your door by those groups which should have contact details on them.
The next stage might be difficult. Good record keeping and preservation of records is never usually at the top of anyone's list of priorities, and that's what makes them so vulnerable. For businesses which are failing, it can feel like the vultures are circling, so a careful approach is needed. Think of it as a past asset of the community, part of the fabric of life, not a loser or a failure. Just be sure to ask that they resist the temptation to bin their records. It's also worth noting that at the moment people are very busy, so their records could be chaotic. A gentle reminder that when the dust settles to take time to put them into order could be crucial. If you need to, check out our earlier guides in this series on identifying records and caring for them. Records can be the natural product of an organisation's activities, and these traditionally form archive material. But records of events can also be brought together to demonstrate a response to something like COVID, such as journals and photographs. Your community archive could have both. And finally, Please don't accept the transfer of any records at this stage. Our aim is to support you in highlighting to others the importance of keeping records and trying to make sure they are not inadvertently lost, rather than gathering them all in right now. We hope you found this guide useful, but please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.